Good morning, my G's, and welcome back to another video. It has been a minute since I've talked about the delivery apps, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Spark, and stuff like that. Still not a big fan of going back into the ride-alongs. I know a lot of people have been requesting them. It's just not something that I find interesting anymore, especially bringing the camera inside of the restaurants and stuff like that. But there's something that I wanted to just get off my chest because, oh man, for weeks it's been annoying me. Spark, right? Spark. Walmart Spark. If you don't know what that is, it's basically Walmart's delivery service. It's the same thing like any other delivery app. The app is right here. You have like a template thing, whatever. You can accept, reject. It shows you the full pay, full tip. Customers can change it, whatever. That's the basis of the app. It's just another delivery app. The problem with it, though, is it's gotten to a point where there's just days where I could go 4 or 5 hours in a row without even getting an order. And it's not because it might be slow, right? A lot of people will say that, well, it's a Tuesday, so it'll be slow, or Wednesday, it's gonna be slow, nobody's ordering. I don't believe that so much in my market, because my market's busy. There's people that are, you know, tourists come here all the time, they order. There's people that live here that order all the time. I don't believe that it's slow. Some days maybe the volume of orders does die down, but it's because of something that I learned that's going on specifically at the Walmart that I work at. Not gonna mention it now. If you've been watching the ride-alongs, you know the Walmart that I always go to. It's gotten to a point where people are using 2 or 3 separate, sorry, I just ate my food. 2 or 3 separate accounts. And what they do is, right, so let's say it's 10:05 right now. So at 10:20, the round robin will drop. They'll have 1 phone, 2 phone, and maybe 3 phone, maybe a tablet or something like that. And they'll be logged in on 3 accounts. And they will get all of the round robins. Maybe not on all 3 phones, or maybe even not on both phones. But you can see the problem is when people are using multiple accounts to do Spark in one car, when there's one dude with 2 phones, he has a much better chance to get a round robin than someone like me who's doing it fairly and only using 1 phone. And the reason I know that this is going on is because for weeks I've been watching these people, and I'm not going to mention any names, I'm not going to mention any cars, but for weeks I've been watching these people, and what they do is, actually, there was one guy that got reported because of it, because the loader told me. This is a quick story. He had a curbside order. Dang, I just ate, sorry. He had a curbside order. And he parked, they loaded him up. While they were loading him up, he was inside doing a shopping order. And they caught him doing that, and they reported him, and Spark still did nothing about it. He's still out there taking multiple orders. That's one case of it, right? And I seen that. I actually took a picture of the guy. I'm not gonna post it, right? But yeah, maybe for future reference, if he ever gets deactivated, I can have that picture and laugh at him. But no, what else happens is, this happens all the time as well, where they'll park in, they'll get a round robin on one of their phones, right? So they get a round robin, they all GPS spoof as well. If you don't know what GPS spoofing, just look at my old video on that. If you want me to make a tutorial on GPS spoofing, I don't want to be liable for any legalities, so that would totally be up to you. But anyways, as I was saying, what they do is they get an order at 10:20, they GPS spoof, they park, they get loaded with 1 order. They go, they drop it off, and what they do is they come right back on their second phone and get loaded with the other order as well. And the people at this Walmart, I love them, dude. They're great people, they're great workers, and it's not their fault. They get paid $15 an hour. It's management's fault over here. But the loaders over here, they're good people. I wouldn't care either, right? I'm not gonna sit there and ID every single person. It's always the same people that do this anyway. But that's kind of the dilemma that I'm in, is people are just taking multiple orders on multiple phones, and they're just, it's nonstop, it's rampant, and it's against the terms of service. But I guess Spark just doesn't care, or maybe they can't track it. I mean, Spark already can't even track the fact that people are GPS spoofing, let alone using multiple accounts with multiple different names. And I've talked to people about it, and they've said the same thing, right? Everyone that does this job fairly, you can see it happening. Like, they come, they get an order at 10:20, and people will say, oh, maybe it's just an ASAP order, or maybe it's just something else. the only way I could prove it to you is literally to sit over there, have the cameras on, have my GoPro on. All right, sorry about that. I had to cut the video. There was a homeless guy passing by, and a couple of them do stop by your car to ask you for money. But where was I? What was I saying? Oh yeah, the ASAP stuff and stuff like that. If the map is completely empty for me, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and I don't even see an ASAP pop up, there's no way it can be just a ASAP order that they took. And it can't be every single hour they're doing that. There can't just always be an order out there. And it's multiple people that are doing it. They have multiple phones. And that's one thing that I really wish Spark would crack down on. I don't know how they're even doing their taxes, but it eliminates a lot of the orders, because when you think about it, there's like a group of like 8 people at this Walmart, right? 8 to 10 people. Let's call it 10 to make it easy. There's another one. What the heck? Anyways, let's just say that there's a group of 10 people. If they're all doing the multiple accounts things, it's basically like competing with 20 people. And you can see how hard it is to get around Robin. You basically have to get lucky that they're backed up and slow so that they can't come back and try to get the next one. Or even, yeah, it's just, I don't know, like that's one thing that's really like, it's like my earnings on Spark have absolutely crushed. They've come crashing down because it's hard to make money on it when people are GPS spoofing, which I don't care so much about. It only works on Android. I can't GPS spoof, but you know, I don't care so much about that, right? GPS spoof, but taking multiple orders, that's just not fair. And a few people that I've talked to about this, they just say, well, you know what? Life's not fair. I guess, yeah, life's not fair, but I mean, it's BS. It's BS. Now, also, there's the thing where it'll be multiple people in one car, right? So it'll be like a guy driving and his wife, or the girl driving and her boyfriend, her husband. Man, them egg white girls killed me, bro. I keep having to like burp, but I'm trying not to because I'm trying to get the words out. Right, so let me know what you think about this, right? Do you think it's okay for people to take, because this happens too. It'll be 2 of them in a car, they're both running Spark, and the loaders will load them up with 4 different orders, right? Because it's 2 batches, right? So 4 different customers, but there's 2 people in the car. So is that fair? Right? I don't know. I don't know how that works either, but I've seen that multiple times. Again, the loaders, it's not their fault, but I can understand why they don't care. They don't get paid enough. But this is the only Walmart, and if you know the Walmart I'm talking about, this is the only one where it happens. The other ones in St. Pete, ID them. They stop all that extra, no, you can't take multiple orders. Even GPS spoofing, the one at 4690 34th Street North, they actually report people. And that's why they all came here, because they're not getting reported. They're like, it's management. It's just the management here does not care. And it's kind of Spark's fault as well, because it's their app. They need to fix it on their end. They need to just find a way to fix it. Get rid of the ETA, right? If Spark just gets rid of the ETA arrival time and just puts it that you have to be there at 1:45, that gets rid of GPS spoofing. As for the multiple accounts, that's up to the stores to report it to Spark. And I just don't think they're ever going to do that at this Walmart. So I just wanted to come on and rant. Let me know your thoughts about this down below in the comments. I'm still out here. I'm still working. The money is still relatively decent. It definitely has dwindled down a little bit just because, like I said, some days I'll come out 4 or 5 hours in a row. I'll be sitting here and I won't even see a round robin. So let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, guys.